Well, hello and welcome to episode 41 of the Cottrell Cast.
Hey!
And as you've probably realised, we aren't in our usual front room. Instead, we are here, as promised, at Toast, a brand new specialist in wine and coffee.
Yeah, amazing. So we're here in Delft. I'm right. It is in Delft. I haven't messed up on it.
No, it is Delft.
Okay, good.
Delft, yeah.
So we're
in
here,
Delft.
and we're going to be tasting some wine. We're going to be tasting some coffee. Well, Michael's already tasted about 4 cups of coffee already.
See,
3
Michael
actually.
has always liked something to drink. At first, it was alcohol in the pub. He would have about 12 or 15 pints a night. Now it's coffee.
Yeah.
He can never do a bit of something. It always has to be all or nothing.
Yeah. So there's a load of us today. A load making the show actually happened today.
I've
which is
always
great.
wanted to do this. Can we have a cheer from the crew, please?
Literally about 4 people.
All 4 of them there, raring to go.
4 people. Dad's taking photos,
Yeah.
Nick's running a camera, and then our off-screen people, which are now going to be on screen. Am I right? Are we going to introduce him now?
Not just yet.
Not just yet. All right, forget everything I just said. Forget everything.
So this is episode 41. We were hoping to be live, but basically, Brian's internet is 56k dial-up.
Yeah, it's really
which
slow.
wouldn't allow a quick enough upload. Download, super fast, but we need up rather than down.
However,
that's the problem.
If you are watching this, hopefully you are over on YouTube. If you're not, come on now. Come and get over to YouTube. youtube.com/Cottrell Cast. If you're listening on iTunes now, you can come down and watch it, and you'll notice the ridiculous setup Gareth has here to hold his microphone up. We had a lot of trouble trying to get, although it worked.
A chair
a chair in the corner,
upside down mic stand, which is gradually drooping.
I'm quite impressed, to be honest. Michael's down in his coffee there. I mean, the place looks great.
That's your 3rd coffee, Michael.
I know, it's great coffee.
These are big cups, not small household ones. They're big things. That's his 3rd.
I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Aren't you hyper?
Yes, I will after a few pints.
So, without further ado, let's bring on the landlord of Coffee Underline. He has supported us lots during the Cottrell Cast. I think this is the first time that we've had him properly on. During the live episode, we had a VT.
Yeah,
which went very well, apart from the fact that we had no sound.
Yeah, forget about that.
But anyway, we can now bring him on officially. Put your hands together for... And in fact, what's Brian's surname?
Hocknull.
Right.
Hocknull, am I right?
Anyway.
He's here anyway.
Hey! Brian! A round of applause for Brian, the owner of Coffee Underline.
Oh dear.
What an entrance.
Already.
And now Toast. Brian.
Good afternoon.
You're here. We finally get to see
Yes,
you.
I know. I'm very, very sorry about everything, everybody. And it's welcome to the Cottrell Cast.
He's speaking
Here
very
we are from
softly
Toast. I'm
compared to
speaking
us.
with a very quiet voice at the moment.
Can I just say that creak in the background isn't Dad's back. It's the ladder that he's currently on, taking photographs of us, which will be available
on
the Facebook page and Twitter as well. So, Brian is here, and basically, tell us about your brand new place, because this opened up only a few weeks ago, and you've only just got wine.
It is. What it is, it's an old warehouse in an old mill.
That's very scary.
Right. It's quite scary. The acoustics are pretty good. We've renovated it. We've revamped it. We've made it rather like what you call a Dutch brown bar. Right.
That sounds like...
Why does that sound rude?
It sounds very rude.
Right,
for some
but
reason.
it's all right. There's no cannabis in here. But there is alcohol.
Alcohol.
That's the word. And the idea is it's a low-cost rental kind of place where we can actually do our work in a way that delivers low prices to the customers.
Now, is it exciting, basically, having a premises like this of your own? Because
yes, it is.
We've been here for about an hour and a half. We were enjoying all the fruits of your labour, making ourselves coffee and so. And it is exciting having a place where there's no real opening or closing times.
That's right.
It's just you will open and close when you like.
Well, I live about a minute and a half away, and this is the place for parties.
24 hours, I'd
and
say.
meetings, yes, meetings.
And you've taken 3 bookings already?
Yes, already.
haven't you?
Yes, we're having somebody's leaving work, which is a good idea. So they're coming for a meeting after work, and we've got a local PTA, and we've got the local business circle or something, and it seems to be growing because it's one of these places where you can have a meeting very quietly. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And the prices are very low,
And
we can
lots
play.
of alcohol.
And there's
They're very productive
There's
meetings.
quite a lot to sample. Yes, it all needs checking out very, very carefully. And this is my plan for the next 6 months or so. All the stock, all of it, needs checking. Right, I can't sell it to the
That's
public.
true, yeah.
I can't sell it to the public unless it's been thoroughly checked.
That's what Michael said when he used to work at the brewery.
We'll help you with that, don't worry.
Yeah.
Now, a warning, Michael is the only person where he does pub quizzes, and landlords thought that they would offer him beer as payment.
Yeah.
In the end, decided to pay him money because it would be cheaper.
Yeah, I understand that.
Which
And,
is a true story, isn't
Yeah.
it, Michael? Tell us
Yeah.
all about this. How did that come about?
I basically had unlimited free drinks, but when they realised how much I could drink, they decided to stop that and place a limit on it.
Isn't that a brilliant story? Only Michael. Even here, if we just left him, you would just drink as much coffee as you possibly can.
Yeah. In fact, because it's really great coffee, I prefer coffee to wine, actually.
Really?
You never thought you'd hear me say that.
I'm going to be honest. So we had a little coffee tasting, almost I'd say a little preview at Christmas,
Yes.
didn't we?
Wine,
And
not
yeah,
coffee.
that's why I said wine, Gareth.
You said
Well,
coffee.
it's the same
I said
thing.
wine.
No, it's
I'm
the same
pretty
thing,
sure I said
different
wine.
word.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fine. Fine.
so I mean, to be honest, I'm not the biggest wine lover. It gives me heartburn. However, Gareth, you were down in
I
the
liked
stuff,
it.
weren't you?
It was
It was like
alright.
water to
Yeah,
Gareth.
it's-
It was. Yeah, Gareth loved a bit of it.
Yeah, well, you see, coffee is very similar to wine, of course, right? You've got, just like you've got single estate, single vineyard wine, and you've got different terroirs. That's a very nice word for an evening, isn't it? You've got the same thing with coffee, because coffee these days has become a very specialist thing. So, yes, there's the bulk kind of stuff you get from Costa books, right? But there is also a very specialist coffee which I roast here. Now, one of the ideas of being here in a low-cost, low-rental operation is that I develop an internet business, and very shortly, after about 2 years, suddenly on the internet there's going to be a site called the thirdwavecoffee.co.uk where you can buy all the coffee beans you'd ever wanted.
Oh, and I'm
Freshly
looking over
roasted.
there at
Freshly
the
roasted
roaster, actually,
in my- yeah.
which our dad said a good comment. It does look like an old steam engine.
Yes, it's
off,
Stevenson's rocket.
Yeah, it looks pretty amazing.
There's no computers with this or anything like that. You actually have to do it by eye, you have to do it by ear, you have
Can't
to do it by
that.
smell,
Sounds,
and all the rest
sounds
of
like
it.
too much effort. Get a computer to do
it's
it. I
tough
say.
stuff, I'm telling you.
I've noticed the olive oil as well.
And there's olive oil and
And
balsamic vinegars.
balsamic vinegar.
Now
Can
these
we
are
try-
these
try
are
some of that
German, would you
later?
believe? Because they have the technology to get the thing right. It's
Racism at its best here on the Cottrell Cast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But they're the only people in Europe who've actually can do it spot on, and these are high class.
Of course, it wouldn't be a Brian Venture without high class anything, really,
that's right.
would it?
No.
To be
But the
honest.
interesting thing about it all is the price. So, as you know, I don't like charging more than £1 for a coffee, and all my coffee beans are the same price because taste, so far as I know, has got nothing to do with price. Would you agree? Taste has got more to do with how much red wine you're going to be drinking tonight, Mike. No.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
out of interest, why is it that Costa, Starbucks, charge about £2.80, £3 odd for a coffee when yours is just as good but cheaper?
Because they're greedy, isn't it? And that's
Is that really why?
That's the truth of the matter, isn't it? So, let's take it from the very basics, guys. Listen very carefully to this. The coffee farmer in Ethiopia, for the beans that go to make a la cafe latte or something, or a cappuccino, the coffee farmer gets 1 penny. Of that 1 penny, 20% is for him and his family. So there's an awful gap between 1 penny and, say, £2.50, £2.60 that Starbucks and Costa are doing. So I've stopped that gap at £1 and said, look, if you want to spend any more, put it in my little collection box, and I collect for Project Harar Ethiopia. Harar coffee is some of the best coffee in the world, but that particular region, because of the poverty the farmers are in, that breeds malnutrition. Malnutrition means that 1 in 600 children there in Ethiopia have got malformed faces, cleft palates and things like that. So I'd rather people spend £1 and give, I don't know, another £1 direct to Project Harar. Right, same kind of principle with the wine. It's a wine warehouse here with the Saddleworth Wine Vault and a very interestingly named wine merchant in Oldham called Winos. It's their stock, but bad name, but decent place.
Michael's a bit of a wino, aren't you, Michael?
Very respected, but it's their stock. I'm not selling anything over £10 a bottle.
Michael, you're a wine cur. You having that one? No one?
on,
Okay,
Harry,
all right.
You see, there was Brian talking about helping
Quite
people
serious.
abroad who have got facial
He comes-
problems, and then you call Michael a wine cur.
It was a good one,
Yeah, and
though.
if he does it again, Fraser will have a facial problem.
Do you know, I've never seen Michael angry. On that cycle ride we did ages ago, the bloke who joined us, who, well, let's just say he was fat. He was unfit and fat. About 2.5 miles in, left us. But he's known Michael for many, many years, and he said that he's only seen Michael angry once, and even then,
It was because they'd run out of beer.
it was a sort of a shout and then walk off. It was not ever a proper angry Michael.
Do you think if I called you a wanker enough, you'd get angry and walk off?
No.
Oh, damn.
Right.
Although, there is a bottle in front of me.
Just before we taste this stuff,
We need to check it. yes.
I've got the quiz that we'll do quickly.
Okay.
Get that out of the way, and then we will move on to the heart of the feature, which will be tasting some of these wines, which we're really looking forward to. So, first of all, join in Brian, by
Yes.
all means.
Chip in.
This is basically things that we learnt last week from reading the papers, from listening to the radio, watching TV, and you have to answer these off what you may have read last week. So, the first one.
I can't read.
Well,
That's a
or
problem.
speak sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
1 in 4 women have admitted to being addicted to what? We'll start
Coffee.
with you, Michael.
Coffee.
No.
No,
It's
not coffee.
It's chocolate, isn't it?
No, it's not chocolate.
Shoes.
Brian.
No, it's chocolate.
No,
listen,
shopping.
No,
listen,
it's not.
listen. What's your name? Gareth.
There we go, that's it.
The answer's chocolate.
No, it's not, Barbara.
No, it is chocolate.
It's not.
Is it Facebook?
No, it's not Facebook.
Is it?
Don't be rude. No, it's not.
No. Is it? It's got to be like shopping or.
It's the right answer.
I said that ages ago.
Research has shown. Research has shown
1 in
that
4. That
1
seems
in 4 women.
seems a
Shopping
little
for chocolate.
Seems a little bit low to me, actually.
1 in 4 women have admitted to being addicted to shopping and say they lie about how much they spend to their partners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that's true.
Now, the next one.
Strange that. I don't really like piano music, but okay, you might want to go on now.
I don't piano music.
Chopin.
A clever joke there.
That was straight
See,
over my
Brian,
head.
the problem is that
My IQ
anything
level
which
isn't that
isn't
high.
rude and smutty,
Yeah.
we don't understand.
Right. So
Yeah,
what
well,
nationality was Chopin?
Michael?
Polish.
Absolutely correct. And that makes a lot of sense to me, doesn't it? Yeah, good. Right, okay. Let's
Question
move
number
on.
2.
Still again,
Now,
nothing.
Sam Smith, would you class him as fat?
No.
Not now.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith. Who's Sam
Singer.
Smith?
The singer.
You know Sam.
Oh, is he the one with the curly hair?
No, he
No.
won. He won all the stuff at that award ceremony.
Oh,
for
yes.
the
Oh,
Brits.
yes.
That award ceremony.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So, first of all, casual racism, and now we're going homophobic. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Lovely.
So he is gay.
Goodness, we don't need to. We don't
I
need
like
to
as
edit
well
stuff like
that
this out.
at the
It doesn't
back,
matter. Yeah, they're all just giggling at the back.
Yeah, he almost got a sort of clue as to he's gay by going like that. I haven't seen that hand action in ages.
Yeah,
Anyway,
old,
if you are gay,
do you remember
welcome.
that in like primary school when it used to be, oh, how does your garage door shut? And then people used to go like that.
The
and then
other
it used
as
to be,
well.
Oh, you're gay. Obviously.
there is.
Oh, here we go.
Stand up for this.
No, you shouldn't.
Oh,
Should we?
You've got something there on your shoe. and you look and they go, oh, remember that one?
Yeah.
And then the one, oh, look, you dropped
All right,
your
okay. I can beat all of you there. Right, I used to go to a boys' independent school, and it was boys only. Right, in the swimming baths, the games. Are you ready? Are you ready? The games teacher made us all line up and say, "Okay, I want you all to stand up straight, put your arm on your hip like that." And then he said, "Get you all." No kidding.
Was it Fred Talbot?
No,
Well,
it wasn't Fred Talbot.
I'll tell you
It was
that,
a near relative, I think. What was his name?
I went to an
I'm
old
not gonna
boys'
say
school.
that because I might incriminate myself. I'm
What?
not, no, nothing.
What, saying
It was
what?
about
No, you shouldn't say this,
in high
Fraser.
school. That,
You're young.
One of the PE teachers.
No,
That's all
let's
I'm
not
saying,
go
but I'm
there.
not going
Right.
there.
So,
I'll tell you all
where
later.
were we? Right, quickly. So, Sam Smith, Brian, hold the alcohol a minute.
Yeah,
Sam
calm
Smith
down.
has shed how much weight in 2 weeks?
A stone.
That's unhealthy. You should only shed about 2 pounds a week, healthily.
He's right, a stone. A
What?
stone lost. Next one.
I've lost a stone in 3 weeks. Me, I went to the doctors the other day. There you go.
Brian's on the bevy already.
There we
Well,
go.
I need to with all this
healthy.
stuff that's going on
Yeah,
here.
need
The
Right?
next
to,
one,
so
just-
going on.
what percentage of Brits admit to sleeping in the nude? Don't answer that, Brian.
Oh well, we all know Michael does.
Yeah, oh, yes, we do.
After our little camping trip.
That was the creepiest thing ever.
And Nick's pointing
Nick
and
has
saying
just
I
pointed
do.
and says he does. So, a camping trip, which we went on.
Oh, that was.
Did you say men
horrendous.
or
Anyone.
Brits?
Well,
what
right.
percentage?
Okay. Well, in that case, I think it's 30.
What percentage?
What
No.
percentage of people sleep
No,
in the
hang
nude?
on. We're
60.
talking about the whole age population here. Right, so we can narrow this down. Right, we can narrow this down to kind of, let me see now. So between the age 20 and 40, right, so that's, say, a third of the population. And then of that, half of that will say no. So that's half of a third
Well,
is a
that is
sixth.
actually- you don't need to
So
think
we're
about
going to
this.
say
Wow, right.
an eighth. So I reckon 12%.
Is the wrong answer. Michael, what would you say?
I reckon it's only 5.
Nope.
60.
24% of Brits sleep in the nude.
Is that it?
The
I thought
next
it'd be
one,
more.
ITV will be launching a brand new series soon, training celebrities to do what?
Oh,
Here we go.
That's worth a round of applause.
training celebrities to.
They've done ski jumping,
They've done
done
the thingy one.
everything.
The thingy
So it's
one.
not cooking.
diving
The
one.
diving one.
Something to do with driving.
Splash.
Nope, nothing to do with driving.
What's
Snorkeling.
Nope.
what's it to do with?
No, that's a clue.
Animals.
Oh.
Dog train.
Riding.
Very close.
Dog train.
Oh,
Training-
huskies.
Yeah.
Nope.
No?
Well,
Dog training. It's
ITV
gotta
will
be
be
dog
launching a
training.
brand new show where they turn 12 celebrities into shepherds.
Of course they do.
Well, that's really
Unbelievable.
that's really quite useful, isn't it?
Now, the next one, what percentage of people with tattoos wish that they'd never had it?
40%.
Nope. Michael?
80.
Nope.
10.
Brian's close at 17%.
Really? I thought it'd be more. I thought it would be more. I bet that's all the people who've got like their girlfriends
Do you know,
name
these
tattooed
are-
on their forehead and then they're broken up.
Considering we're broadcasting to the nation, I think this is important stuff, isn't it?
It
Very
is
important.
really
Yeah.
important
Very
stuff.
I mean,
you know.
you don't get this on University Challenge.
Yeah,
and I'm beginning to think that maybe these questions should be
Yeah,
there. on
there isn't a day
University
goes
Challenge.
by that I don't think how many people sleep nude.
Yeah.
You know, not a day
Now
goes
you know.
by, honestly.
24%.
Well.
So-
Brits anyway.
At
Would you
least I
like to
know.
be King's College, Cambridge, and we can be Balliol College, Oxford, if you like?
What we need. Do you remember that really old television show where it was like Now You Know, and it was like a star thing that came across the screen? That's what we need with you, Gareth. Now you know.
Now you know.
Whenever you give us a pointless
Look,
fact, all the time.
if you will just rip every bit of content
I will.
I bring
I
to
will
this
do,
Cottrell
yeah.
Cast.
Yeah.
It's boring.
All right, he's getting ready
Right,
now.
so
He's obviously
quickly,
getting anxious.
A chain of what has opened up where and become the most successful chain
Coffee on the line.
in Britain?
No.
Coffee on the line.
Nope.
Daisies.
Nope.
Daisy chains.
Nope.
No?
Supermarket.
Nope.
a coffee shop.
Undertakers.
Nope.
A
A chain of...
Is it fast food?
It could be classed as that.
a pizza. Oh,
wait a minute.
cereal.
Nope.
Lobster things.
Nope.
Pie shop?
Nope.
Near to a pie shop.
Pasty shop? Greg's?
Yes, has opened up there.
pasty shop.
No.
Bangladesh.
What?
It has opened up in a certain place where would probably discourage eating such foods as what Greggs provides.
I see. Israel.
America.
This could go on a while.
Oh,
okay,
go on, just tell us.
Greggs Bakery has opened up at a NHS hospital in London, and overnight has become the busiest shop that the chain has got.
Have you ever had coffee from
I'm
Greggs?
pouring some wine.
Apparently, they said
Yes.
that it's the best in the country, Brian.
The best what?
The best
Bad coffee in the country. Yeah, well, I'd agree
Gareth,
with it.
do you ever visit the delicatessen?
Bad coffee.
No.
Oh, because there's a new deli opened up in India.
Right.
A deli.
Oh, Michael, please.
I was trying hard not to smile.
Right.
Cheers.
Final few ones. Beats headphones cost hundreds of pounds to buy, but how much
£5.
have researchers shown that they cost to
£5.
make? No.
£5, £6, £7, £8, £9.
Is it?
£8? £6.
Is it more than coffee?
It's £10.
Of course it is. Unbelievable. That's ridiculous.
And finally,
incredible, isn't
half
it?
of married men admit to what?
Having an affair.
No.
Fancying someone else.
Sorry?
Yes.
Fantasizing about someone else.
The next door neighbour.
Yes.
Think
of-
Sister-in-law.
The best friend's girl.
But
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Really?
No, that's true, actually.
half of married men have admitted to finding their mother-in-laws attractive.
Oh yeah, I was, and you know that's an actual thing. Like it's.
I'm
called
really quite
something
worried, Mike. Are you worried?
Where you imagine?
I'm very worried.
Sleeping with your mother-in-law. It's an actual like
illness.
Well, not an illness, but it has a name.
A phobia.
I don't know what it is, but anyway, wine
Right,
tasting.
well, here we go. So, Brian...
Right, we're going to check this.
Now, tell us all about this wine.
Right, I don't really...
Try and pronounce it, first of all. Lopez de Haro.
Daharo, yeah.
It smells like. It smells like.
Right.
It smells like
Now,
New
wait
Year's
a
Eve.
minute. How are we checking this wine
Oh,
out?
you told us about this.
Right,
last time,
first of all,
I
we're
can't
looking at
remember.
the wine. We're actually putting it there in a diagonal, so we can taste the
It looks
we can taste the colour of it.
Almost
right?
looks like green.
It's straw. What would you say? This is straw, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
it's like a light urine.
So that means it's probably been aged a little bit, right? Then we're smelling it very carefully. Right, now that smells really quite fresh, actually, doesn't it? It's fresh meadows.
Yeah. Well, how can you get fresh meadows from that?
Well, you've got to say something. It's very difficult.
Could say something, I love that.
Okay, all right, here we go.
It's fruity.
It smells
very-
like.
An old plank
No,
burning
oh.
in the backyard.
It smells
hopeless.
like running through a forest
Now listen,
on a stormy day.
Listen, as I keep on telling you, the thing to say with white wine is there's green gauges in there.
All right.
Right? Because nobody knows what green gauges are like anyway.
I just smelled my microphone thinking I was smelling that.
Right. so there's green.
no.
So it's fresh meadows and green gauges, and we're not
Yeah,
tasting.
okay.
We're smelling first. Right. And now when we're tasting, we're running it down at the bottom of your mouth
Still don't get
there.
this. I still don't know how to do
Right.
this.
And then we're bringing it to the top of your tongue, to the tip, and then we're running it back to the back of your tongue, but we're not swallowing.
Oh,
Right.
too late.
Useless. Honestly.
Can I swallow it? I've swallowed too late. That's not a bad.
And it's dry.
Getting drunk.
It's delightful.
The old ones are the best ones, aren't they?
It's absolutely for a white wine. Now I'm no great wine guy. White wine guy. Wine, yeah, that's right.
I'm going to be honest, actually.
But it's actually really quite
I quite
refreshing.
like that.
There's a white. It's got substance and body to it, I'd say. And this is a white Rioja.
I'd say it tastes like an alcoholic beverage. What do you think, Michael?
Right, I think we're
Very
knocking
nice.
this. I think we're knocking this out at either 6 or 7 quid a bottle. And I tell you what,
not bad, is it, though?
I'd go for this for 6 or 7 quid a bottle.
Yeah, for
no
a bottle
problem.
of wine. That's really, it's
Right?
better than Asda rubbish.
This is
isn't it?
a really decent
quite
white
good.
wine to have with a meal.
And is this available in other places?
No,
i.e.
certainly not.
supermarkets?
Certainly not.
Oh, was he going to say, yeah?
Certainly not. No.
No, but what I'm saying is, these wines you can get here,
Yeah.
are they like?
Well, they're
kind of
not.
exclusive
They're
to
not.
wine
They're not
shops
brought
and-
over to the UK in tankers, and then the bottles are filled over here and labelled,
So,
like some supermarkets
so
might
if you
be
want
doing.
to taste these ones,
really
you've got to
like
get
this.
yourself down
It's
here.
all right
Really.
for a white wine.
Because
No horrible aftertaste.
12%.
It's really nice, actually. It's light. I know
you
that.
taste
It,
It's absolutely fine, isn't it?
yeah, it tastes really nice. Though.
Oh, I do
Quite
like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, fine.
It's
Gareth's
for a
down
while-
the old
for
thing here. Calm down, Gareth. You got work in the morning.
He's driving as well. So
not.
what
I'm
strength
not.
is that? Percentage?
Strength, I don't know.
12.5 already checked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12.5 already checked strength, yeah. It's not bad, is it?
No.
Yeah, I quite
Very
like
I think,
nice.
this
we,
one.
I think we can go for that. Right, so when would you drink this?
With me, when the beer runs out.
With me, a nice hot summer's day
Yes.
in a meadow, wearing shorts.
I'd say
Short shorts
I'd
as well.
say I'd probably be.
You know,
With a net.
since
Holding it all in.
since you
I'd
got married,
probably
Gareth,
be-
I'm getting more and more worried.
I drink this probably when I'm in the small percentages of people sleeping naked, and I'd be
On a
doing
bench
it
in Hyde Park.
while fantasising about my mother-in-law. No, I'm just linking it back to the last feature, Gareth.
Well, if you drink too much of it, you will end up naked.
I
And
will do.
also in bed with your mother.
Do you remember what happened on Hyde Market, Michael?
Oh yeah, Michael, tell Brian about
I'd rather not.
No, you must tell me about this.
You really would. You'd love to tell him.
No, I think you should do. No.
There is a problem on a night out in Hyde
Yeah.
about the lack of public toilets.
I've heard. Yes, it's bad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and put it this way, he we got very close to a nice little park bench, didn't you, Michael? And left a little surprise for the people in the morning.
And it was
Really?
not that colour, it was brown.
Well, I really don't think we should be talking about this kind of thing on the radio. Oh, not on
Not
the
on the radio.
Not the
It's
radio.
It's worse than
Say
that.
what the heck we like on this.
I'll just mark it explicit. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Lower the tone every week.
Yeah. I'm hoping our final ever episode just filth. There's 45 minutes of just
There will
filth.
never be an end of this.
No,
it
it's
will
just
just
gonna-
go on and
yeah,
on.
and we're
then
slowly gonna
our
die.
Kids
Yeah.
will obviously
Yeah.
take over and
Right.
stuff
So
like
is there
that.
something you'd like to already?
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
No, Sam's a midwife, but bloody hell, that was quick.
I quite like this, but I don't know whether I'll be able to drink it. Oh, yeah, I want to save myself. For
I
the
think
other
you
one.
could actually, but you could. It's white wine, and
It's
normally
very
guys
easy
don't
to
drink white wine.
Very
Right.
easy to drink.
Guys don't normally drink white wine, and I'd say that this is one that you could have. and-
Why? Why don't guys normally drink white
Because,
wine? What's the-
because it's not earthy enough.
oh, is he gay? the gay
It's not-
one.
Why
It's
is
not a-
that? How does a drink
Yeah, I don't
represent
understand
a
that.
person's
It's like
sexuality?
cocktails, yeah.
It's like music. Why is Gloria Gaynor? Oh, you like her, do you?
Gloria
You must be
Gaynor,
gay.
out of all the bands
I Will Survive.
and singers you could have
It's
pulled
an
out.
anthem. Well, who else is there?
Take that, I'd say, if you
Take
listen
that.
to
No,
them.
they're
You
not.
might
Okay,
know
well,
those
what about
bits.
Doris Day then? Now then, would you say she was a gay icon?
I'd
Iconess?
say that.
Well, she is, obviously.
I'm a massive gay icon. Yeah,
Yeah, I can
I'm always
understand
out in Gay, the club. It's the actual club in Manchester called Gay. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's Michael's
Have you?
place. That's where he is. I've been outside
talking
Gay. I've never been in, but I've.
Anyway, on with the wine.
Right, well, that was that one.
Anyway, no, you can't
And
say
I noticed
a
you're not
certain
very-
drink.
What?
You
If you
can't.
drink that, you're gay. Because
can't.
No, it's
You can't.
stupid.
I know somebody
You can.
somebody challenged my sexuality once, and they got a face full of chamomile tea.
Okay, what about what about a pina colada then?
That's not gay.
Right, you walk into a bar and ask for a pina colada.
Oh,
I've had cocktails on a
I don't
night
know
out.
what to do with this. I can't taste the others until I finish.
That makes quite a lot of sense as well. Obviously,
Mojito.
There you go. Go for it.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
Down in it over
yeah, I'm
here.
going for that.
Hey, whoa! Blooming
So
heck,
with the
man.
mojito, do you always go for a Brazilian rum?
The last one I had was a Cuban one, actually.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm
I believe you do Cuban coffee as well.
We do Cuban coffee. Now then, there's... Right, so should we talk a little bit about that? Right, so Cuban coffee is traditionally made with Cuban beans. Cuban beans are fairly light and mild, but what they do is they mix it with a demerara sugar, right? And then they might or might not put a little topping of milk on the top, right? That's called a coffee cubano. Nice. Very popular in Florida and the southern states of America, and surprisingly enough in Cuba. Right, Cuban coffee, however, is very difficult to come by. I do it, and I think I sell it at a loss. Right, the beans, of course, are the nearest thing you can get to a coffee that's not made with pesticides and chemicals and things like that, because they haven't got anything like that over there. So it's very eco-friendly, but very difficult to get. And always you've got to be smoking a rather large cigar when you're drinking a Cuban coffee.
Yeah, have you got any?
Yes.
You-
What, cigars?
here? Cigars?
No, I was thinking that though.
Oh,
the only
she's
problem
definitely-
I found out from somebody the
You
other
need a
day.
license for that.
The only trouble with selling cigars is you can't display them now.
Can you not?
No.
No.
It's like,
them
so
hidden
have
away.
you ever been to some of the really posh hotels? They have cigar rooms where the cigars are all contained behind these rather nice glass doors in a kind of cabinet, big room stroke cabinet. Can't be done now. It's all got to be thingamajig doffed.
Damn cancer.
I think is
Always ruining everything, isn't it?
the correct name for where you keep cigars. Is it called a humid air?
I think you may be right.
They've got
I think that's
special name.
I think that's
to keep
right, mate.
cigars.
I think that's right. If you go to some of the really great hotels, there's something called the Hotel du Vin. Right, there's one in Cambridge, one in York. Once, I think there might be one in the Cotswolds somewhere, right? And these places have got, instead of smoking shelters, they've got cigar shacks. And you go out there and it's a little wooden building with a thatched roof. And you go in there for your cigars. You have your cigars there. Very posh. Right, and they've got little rather nice tables and chairs and, music and things. So you can have a really decent long cigar in your cigar shack.
Wow.
Well,
So I'm thinking of...
Taste
the other
another.
half live.
Should we taste another?
Yes.
Which one, Brian?
Well, what's that one?
That is Santa
Santa Claus.
Santa
This one
Digna.
is called. Santa Digna.
Santadina.
Santa Digna.
I've still got mine.
It's okay.
Come on, Michael.
You're driving, aren't you,
This is
Michael?
hopeless, honestly. I thought you said you could. Right. So this is... Okay.
Oh, we've got some more glasses there, over there. We need some.
Oh, no, it's all right. We're going to use the same glasses because we shouldn't. And I'm feeling rebellious.
Well, Michael is driving, so...
Okay, well...
Later.
Well, do you want to skip?
go on then.
Do you want to skip this one then, Mike? Right, and
Is it another white one?
No, this is a red. Right,
Sorry, we've got amnesia. Yeah, that sounds a bit harder, so I think you should have that later.
yeah, you should go for the last one.
I'll have a small one.
Oh, you can have a bit of mine, Michael. We'll share.
Yeah.
Because I'm not too bothered about wine. You know, me and Michael, we've been mates for a while, and we're getting a bit close now. You know, but who cares? You know.
You should.
Thought of making it official, or
What? Making what official?
Friendship.
Friendship. We made that official ages ago.
with little
Hey, that's an idea.
friendship bands and rings.
Friendship brand.
Mother-in-law.
Oh, that feels sick. Michael, my dad's over there. It's horrible. Dear me. Oh, here we go. Does anybody else think that wine things like that look a bit like a woman?
Oh,
Do you not think that when you look at
a woman?
one of those? Yeah, look what, especially that one. Look at you've got the arms, you've got the head, and then you've got the little
dress.
torso. Yeah.
Right.
Do you not see that? Is it just me that sees that?
yeah, it's just you.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
Brian doesn't care. Look at that.
Okay.
I'm
it
not
looks like,
driving,
it's like
Brian, I don't
Vimto.
Okay, we better just. This needs quite a lot of checking. It might need.
not driving,
It might
so-
need. No, it's a Pinot Noir, as you know, is the red grape of Burgundy, don't you?
Here we go.
Right, and normally Pinot Noir needs a lot of air.
A lot of air.
Oh yeah, right. So when so wine, obviously, right. The reason why they take the top off the wine half an hour before the meal is to give the wine air. Yeah.
I'm not
Give
going to
the
lie, this
oxygen.
does smell like Vimto.
Well, yeah, it's black currants, right? It's Pinot Noir. This is Burgundy, but it's not. It's not Burgundy. Well, it's not from Burgundy. It's the Pinot Noir grape
tasting
grown
it.
in Chile. And that's fine. Plummy black currants.
Very
yeah.
dry.
Plummy black currants, dry. And I tell you what, this will take another 2-3 years. This
I
one
think, Brian,
to come
I
through.
would drink this on a hot day in a field without shorts.
With long trousers on. Skinny.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
not
just
quite
looking
sure
at.
about that.
I'm just looking.
I'm sure if I would just wear the netting off the shorts, or
Gareth,
just
dry
let it
that.
all hang out.
Gareth,
that's nice,
I'm just looking over there to your dad, and he seems to be getting a little bit worried about you and your brother, and he's.
It's a bit dry, that one.
Yes, but-
it's
right.
a bit. I don't know whether I like that.
Can we send him a glass over?
I think we
bit
should.
left out.
I think we should. Can we get some
He's
assistance
a
over here,
boozer, is he,
please?
Dad?
It's not a boozer.
Oh, no,
I've
it's
never
not.
seen Dad drink
Right.
in my whole life.
So that's a little bit young.
like
If you
that
look
one.
very careful at the colour of it, it's still a little bit reddish, and it needs another year or two, I would say. And then you've got
Better seal it
something
up.
again for the same price.
Seal it up.
Give it another year.
Again for the same price, about £6 or £7 or something like that. You got something that,
Very
first of all, you
nice.
can drink now. It's a very pleasant drink. It's Pinot Noir. It's going to go with most things. Very very good with lamb or beef, of course, right? And
What
you
would
could keep this.
What would you think would happen if you got
here we
you
go.
got oh no, seriously now, if you got well it's not serious, but if you got, let's say you bought some coffee beans from your Brian.
Yes.
And you put them in the wine and then
Yes.
you left it.
Right.
What would happen? Would it be like coffee?
You would have a
infused
horrible
wine?
mess. Quite possibly.
Well, you
Think
probably
it tastes nice? Can we try it?
you probably end up with something the way that I feel most mornings, actually.
Yeah, a bit, but yeah,
A little bit of a mess.
yeah, a little bit drunk, a little bit pumped full of coffee. I imagine, yeah.
Well, no, they do say you shouldn't really. The Italians will never drink a coffee after about 1 or 2 p.m.
Do you drink every day?
What? Coffee?
Alcohol? Wine?
Well, in moderation, everything.
Do you
right?
need help?
Well, what are you offering?
Well, I mean, if you're in here, right, all this wine here,
Yes.
and obviously it's your hobby
Yes.
anyway,
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
a child in a sweet shop.
It is really, isn't it? But do you know what happens? Right, I love.
You get really, really drunk and collapse.
Well, no. Actually, I surround myself by coffee, and the same thing has happened on coffee. I moderate my coffee intake. I don't take so much caffeine these days, and the same thing with wine. I will do it in in smaller quantities, but try and improve the quality.
I do that with jokes. See,
What?
because now
Do you tell jokes?
Well,
He tries to.
thought
I've
that
never heard it.
all of my jokes
No,
they
neither
were
have I.
getting far too funny. So in the end, I decided that I'll just ease off them a
Yeah.
bit and just tell really, really bad
Certainly.
ones.
I think it's a
Yeah.
concept there,
I wanna know-
and then the
I wanna know
quality
when that
shines through
happened.
when you've got a really good joke.
Yeah.
No, never.
No,
No, it doesn't.
He never has them.
So you don't actually have any jokes then?
Everything I know, comedy-wise, I learnt off the great. Over there. Michael is actually writing his very own joke book.
Michael's writing a joke.
Okay.
Properly,
Yeah.
publishing it,
Really?
and everything. Yep.
Online.
Aren't you, Michael?
Online?
On Amazon.
Yeah, it'll be available to download to your Kindle or whatever
Yeah.
soon. I don't know, this year
Yeah.
sometime.
Is it things like, oh my God, I feel awful and I need to find a joke. Oh, here's a joke.
I don't know.
Is it
Yeah,
one of
they're
those?
all
Share some jokes.
Yeah,
off it
can
now.
I-
all
Can you give
basically
us one?
one-liners.
Yeah.
So people can read them and think, yes, I like that. I'll text it to somebody. So they're,
Can
they're
you
all
have
quite
that one?
short.
Have you pinched them off Milton Jones?
Some.
You can't publish
Can you give us
another
one?
person's joke.
Can you give us one,
credit
Mike?
Yeah,
for
but
it.
where's he got it from?
He's wrote it.
No, he hasn't.
It's his.
Nah. I've modified some.
Can
Modified
you,
them.
Can you give us a sample, Michael?
Yeah, come on.
Just one. We're only asking for one.
Right, well, I adopted a dog last year, and I think it used to belong to a blacksmith because when I got it home, turned my back, it made a bolt for the door.
He's told us that 3 times in like the past week. That
Michael,
Yeah.
Milton Jones will sue your ass.
the only
It's funny.
person laughing was
Well,
Gareth.
no, the live audience did have. I did see smiles with the
I'll
live
post some
audience
canned
here.
laughter in post, and it'll sound like it's a crowd of
Whole arena.
So you don't do jokes anymore, then, Gareth?
I've retired, Brian.
I see.
My
He's
issue
had a hard
is
life.
Yeah.
they were too good.
Yeah.
And I was actually harming people because they were just hearing them and laughing too much.
Do you know-
I thought, look, I can't do that anymore. So
Well, I've heard
bowed
laughter's
out.
very, very bad for you.
I
mean,
bowed out. in
Yeah,
the end.
yeah. I
Okay,
understand.
let's taste the final one because we haven't actually got long
What?
left now. Already, we've
Oh, right.
been going an hour.
Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, can you get the next
He's
one?
keen, isn't he?
What's this one?
Amnesia.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, amnesia. This looks.
I got it in first.
This is pretty fancy. This one. How much is this one, Brian? Actually, let's
It's-
play a guessing game.
Okay.
Just from the bottle, Gareth. Tenner. I'd say.
Hold on a minute. He's
No, obviously not.
all the
Brian.
all the.
No, don't. No, yes, you're right, but don't tell him because he's obviously forgotten.
I'd say £8. Michael.
$6.99.
Ooh, go on, Brian.
tenner.
No, I think it's 8 or 9 quid.
That's right. Cottrell got it right.
Which
me,
Cottrell?
Fraser. This one here. Okay, here you go. Can we have another glass? Because
you've been posh here.
No, it's all right. It's okay. We've got one. It's all right.
Normally he drinks out of the bottle.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
normally use glasses, to be honest. No, it's all right. No, I normally just drink out of the bottle, wrapped in a paper bag.
Yeah.
I find that normally
That'll
gives the best
classic.
taste, really.
Wrapped in a paper bag.
Yeah.
I always think as
You
well.
wrap
And
wine.
also, if you drink it on the street, I've found that it really gives you some nice tones.
It's like
So this is very interesting. Now, right, have you noticed here that I'm struggling taking the stuff off,
What does that mean?
the top off, which means it means it's got a fairly heavy top and a pretty long cork. That normally signifies it's Portuguese wine.
really.
Yeah, right. So a lot of the world's cork comes from Portugal. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
I've heard Michael's cork
Right.
came from Portugal.
A charity shop.
We did pop out once.
Right. So
And also, sometimes you screw something into it, don't you, Michael?
Now we'll have to ask
No.
Brian, what do you think about... I bet you don't sell bottles with a screw top, do you?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you?
Doesn't make any difference, does it?
It
Really?
doesn't make any difference at all.
Well, no, you're going to drink it virtually immediately anyway, aren't you?
Whoa.
Well, yes.
You're not going. I mean, it's a bottle of wine, right? So what the heck?
Struggling
Right.
to get
But
your
is
cork
it
out,
true, though,
Brian?
bottles of wine with a cork in, you have to lay them down to stop the cork drying out?
That's true. That's true.
Well, I never.
And there's a world's shortage of cork, and
Is there?
yeah,
How come that these here, these screw tops,
that's a cork.
how come
is
it's stood up
cork
then?
made?
How come they stood up? Because they look rather nice. They come from a cork tree. Right, the bark
Is
of
that
the
real?
yeah, the bark of the cork tree is cork, and it's really great. And if you go to some parts of Portugal, you can see the bark lined up alongside the road, and they harvest it. Of course, takes about 3 to 4 years before they can actually harvest the bark to make
Oh,
cork.
Brian's got his cork out. There we go.
If the bloke who
So if you smell the top
harvests
there,
it-
you're
Just
going to
me, that
see that
one.
we have something a little more substantial.
I've got a joke. I've got a joke. I've got a joke.
What am I having?
Stop everything.
Does it involve
Joke,
bark?
right. If the man who finds cork finds a good cork, does he pick it up and go, "Oh, that's a corker"? Is that the time? I've got to go.
Oh, it's supposed to be.
very
What are we
nice.
supposed to be doing here? I mean, you've lived with him for about 20 odd years. Do you?
I'm 31, Brian.
I know these teeth you've got smiling there. Is that a real? It's just a false smile. Oh, that's all right.
He's talking to my dad off camera, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
If people are wondering what is Brian doing, okay.
Now then, have you noticed? Look,
Dressing those watches in his
Are you
Right.
all right? I'm all right.
right now then, come
I'm
on.
okay.
Let's just do this properly, right? Did you notice when I was pouring? And if you notice there when you do that, right, it's not just a red hair. There's some kind of orange and brown
Go.
stuff.
Do you want to go at that?
Yeah, you obviously people at home you can't see it, but
That's dark.
yeah, but can you see some hints of orange and brown, right? Which means it's a slightly older wine. Would you agree? You do. Well, you have to agree because
I
I'm telling
agree.
you to agree, right? Right. Okay, that's that.
Corking out.
Now then, we're smelling it, and we're smelling quite a lot of fruit, but also a little bit of the tannins in there. Yes. Can you smell the tannins?
No, I don't think it's got as much of an aroma as the last one.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
Right. What else are we going to say about it?
Tangy.
Well, I'll tell you where I'd enjoy this one, Brian.
By
I'd
any
enjoy
chance, is it
no,
on the field?
fully clothed on a park bench
Nice.
with a dog and a pot saying "Hungry and Homeless, please help"
Yeah, okay.
in a brown paper
For
bag.
£8.99, it'd be pretty easy to do that.
I'd be
I'll tell you
there.
what.
I would even
That was nice.
give the dog a little bit of it.
Right.
Wait a minute,
Now listen,
Dad's
guys, listen.
loving it over
This is
there.
perfectly acceptable good wine, right? It's from Alentejo. Yep. It is. Yes, that's right. Thank God. Right, it's Alentejo, which
Tangy
is
number, that, innit?
which is the
been
southwest of Portugal. Alentejo is one of the up and coming regions for wine, right? And some of the stuff they're producing there is stonkers. Stonkers, that's the only one. This is pretty near to a stonker, and would you say this is fairly strong?
Yeah, it is quite strong.
Would you say it's really
Yeah.
pretty strong? Yes.
What are we talking here?
14%.
Will it give you amnesia?
It's
drink enough of
probably
it.
will. Yes.
I think you should do more.
It says here.
Test it.
It says here. No, it's not too strong. It's 13%. Right, not too bad. Now, some of the wine from Alentejo actually comes out around about 14-15% because it's very sunny there and the grapes can ripen pretty quickly, as indeed some of the wines in Spain. So if you go to Ribera do Duero, right? Ribera Duero, which is just northwest of Rioja, right? You're going to get wines there that 15.5, 16%, right? And they're knockout.
16%?
Yeah, no kidding. Ooh. You can get some real, and that's the problem these days.
16%.
Wow.
And it's a growing thing. It's just like, right, like people's tastes. We're all going for stronger things, right? We're going for stronger burgers. We're going for stronger curries. We're going for stronger beer. We're going for stronger wine.
I'm going for stronger women.
Right. Men?
Yeah. Right.
No, Gareth. No.
I love 6-pack beer. Oh, it really does it for me.
The muscle size of a woman does not make them male, Gareth. That's not how it works.
But it's the truth, isn't it? Right? And that's the problem. There is a growing fashion now for stronger wine, which is not good. And all the delicate stuff. So if you drink Japanese green tea or some of the Japanese kind of jasmine teas, these are very delicate flavours, and we've lost it here in the UK. We've been pounded with strong food, strong drink, and it's a crying shame. We have lost all our sense of delicacy.
In regards to British wine, Brian,
Sorry?
Is there any?
No.
And is it any good?
Nope. Right.
None at all?
They did start it, and there was some near in the southwest and things like that. But what's happened with global warming is that, of course, the temperature zones have moved northwards now. So the south of England is probably the equivalent now of the south of Paris. So what has happened is that we can grow champagne quite well in Britain. So English champagne and all the wine growers over here have moved into champagne. English champagne, and they can't call it champagne, of course. Right, English champagne is spot on. Very, very good indeed. Very high quality.
Very nice.
Have you tried some?
Yep, it's absolutely fine.
Like I said, you can't call it champagne because there's a region in France called champagne.
Yep. It's also like Prosecco. You can't call anything that doesn't come from Prosecco in Italy Prosecco.
So what would you market it as? English sparkling wine. What would you call it?
I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah.
Fizzy wee.
No, I can't remember.
It's like, though, I read about
they might call
pork
it
pies as well.
Pork pies, yeah.
No, Cornish pasties.
Mulberry pork pie can't be called a mulberry pork pie if it isn't from the island of pork pie.
All right. Anyway, we have
please.
We have actually come to the end of this week's Cottrell Cast now. Remember, if you do want to try any of these wines or any coffee, then you need to get yourself down to Brian's brand new shop and try some for yourself. Come and buy some here at Toast. And of course, Coffee Underline in Ashton Underline is the other place to go to and try some great tasting coffee. But that's about it now for this week's Cottrell Cast.
Well,
Brian,
it's been an honour.
Quickly, coffee's £1.25.
No. The coffee here is £1.
Oh, right, okay. And
right.
Wine, a glass of that. We're
still in negotiation. But what I want to do now, remember, none of my bottles of wine here is over a tenner. What I want to do is I don't want to sell it by the glass. I want to sell it by the bottle, and I want to charge £1 for corkage. So that means you're going to get a bottle of wine for £11. So that means 4 large glasses of wine for under £3 each. And if you don't drink it all, and I don't want you to drink it all here because you're driving, you can just take the rest of it home.
Lovely. Well,
like the idea.
In a brown paper bag.
like the idea, though, guys.
Yeah, lovely. Well, there we go. If you want to come down and see this place for yourself, then whereabouts is it, Brian?
Where is it?
Well,
do you know where I don't know. It was about a minute from where I live.
Yeah.
I can't remember. We're by the Old Bell Inn, which is on Huddersfield Road in Delft.
Gareth's laughing at the word.
But when you say that, you've got to stroke your chin as though you're quite knowledgeable about it around here.
Okay, well, there we go. You can pop down. Remember to subscribe here on YouTube as well as iTunes to keep up to date with the latest episode of the Cottrell Cast. Follow us on our social medias and stuff like that. If you enjoyed this episode, then make sure you give it a thumbs up on YouTube and share it about with your friends and stuff on Facebook.
Erase it.
Yeah, if you haven't,
ignore it.
Just it doesn't really matter. But that's it from us here at Toast. here on the Cottrell Cast, episode 41. Thanks very much for watching. Gareth's a little bit drunk, I can tell already.
To be quite honest.
So, well,
Be
that's about
naked
it.
soon.
We'll see you soon. See you next week.
Say goodbye, Brian.
Adios.
Bye.
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 Yay.
Yay.